Has the World Economic Forum just reached peaky creepy, quote unquote? Michael Snyder reports. Why do people think that it's creepy that a group of select human beings, quote unquote, that's what they call themselves, have gathered in Davos, Switzerland to shape the agenda of the entire planet? Could it be because many of the attendees are aging narcissists that truly believe that they are saving the world? During the day, they listen to speeches about diversity, equality, and inclusion, and at night, many of them pay young women to keep them company, you know what I mean. But since a lot of them have the money, they're able to do that very well. Of course, a lot of them flew into Davos on carbon-spewing private jets, but then they have all the gall to lecture the rest of us about turning up our thermostat as a little bit too much in the middle of the winter. Sadly, no matter what these elitists do, the mainstream media will continue to portray them as saviors that are justifiably telling the rest of us how to live our lives. As he opened the 2023 annual meeting, WF head Klaus Schwab urged the gathered elites to, quote, master the future, end quote. And Elon Musk tweets, master the future doesn't sound ominous at all. How is WF Davos even a thing? Are they trying to be the boss of the earth, is what Elon Musk tweeted January 17. So if they are the ones that will be the masters of the future, who will be the ones that they are subjugating? I think that we all know the answer to that question. Over the years, Klaus Schwab has made so many controversial statements, but the mainstream media just keeps apologizing for him again and again. Why is that? Speaking of controversial statements, something that John Kerry just said during his speech at Davos is really raising a lot of eyebrows. Kerry actually had the gall to say that those gathered in Davos are, quote, select human beings, end quote, and that their mission is to save the planet is, quote, almost extraterrestrial, end quote. The billionaire politician who married into the wealthy Heinz family heaped praise on those who attended the meeting in the Swiss ski resort town, saying how, quote, extraordinary that we select human beings are able to sit in a room and come together and actually talk about saving the planet. I mean, it's so almost extraterrestrial to think about, quote, saving the planet. If you said that to most people, they think you're just crazy tree-hugging lefty liberal do-good, but really that's what we are, end quote. And that's exactly what John Kerry said. Has Kerry gone completely nuts? It's frightening to think that this guy almost became the President of the United States. Drew Hernandez tweets, Davos Watch, USA climate envoy John Kerry claims that the WF globalists are the select group of human beings touched by something at some point in their lives that caused them to have a savior complex. He calls the experience extraterrestrial. Sadly, the truth is that the globalists that are gathered in Davos are not really elite at all. In fact, many of them are just a bunch of gross old men that are paying beautiful young women to keep them company at nights. The global elite tackling the world's greatest problems, including gender inequality at the Davos summit, are fueling a surge in that type of activity in the Swiss resort town. So they're demanding their companionship or skyrocketing each year at the meeting of world leaders and business tycoons who jet in from all around the world to rub shoulders with each other. Escorts are booked into the same hotels as high-powered bosses and their employees during the 5-day summit, which started January 16. So how does renting them empower these young women? It's being reported that escort services are fully booked for the week because there's such a raging demand. Switzerland media outlets are reporting that escort services are fully booked for the week. This type of entertainment, EROTIC, provider Argo told the daily newspaper 20 Minuten that diplomats and businesses have hired their escorts for themselves and their employees to party in Davos hotels. I can't believe this is going. Well, yeah, this is going on. I hate to say it, but most of the time men go on business trips. This goes on. It's sad, but this is, Anyway, for example, the young ladies have already been brought to Davos by diplomats and company bosses. Some also book escorts for themselves and their employees to party in the hotel suite, said Studio's managing director. So the same guys that are treating young women like disposables are also the ones that are being told they will save the world. I don't think so. This seems to be a theatrical comedy of errors, doesn't it? Those that are I wonder if Shakespeare ever wrote a play concerning something like this. Those that are suggesting that all of this is perfectly fine are pointing to the fact that many of these women are very I'm sorry. They're complaining that these women are very highly paid. One named Liana said she dresses in business attire, that she doesn't stand out among the executives, despite what's going on in Switzerland and that it's legal there. She told The Bild she regularly sees an American who visits Switzerland multiple times a year and is among the 2,700 conference attendees. Liana charges about $760 for an hour and $2,500 for the whole night, plus travel expenses. Wow, okay. So that's a lot of money. But how does everyone involved feel about themselves afterward? Unfortunately, no matter how, I'm sorry I'm laughing, but I've got to go through this article so you know what's going on there. Unfortunately, no matter how much we criticize the globalists, their agenda just keeps moving forward. In fact, the leaders of the United States, Mexico, and Canada just released a declaration of North America, quote unquote, that appears to be the biggest step towards North American integration that we've seen in years. The following is an excerpt from that document that comes from the official White House website. Today, President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, President Joseph R. Biden, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau met in Mexico City for the 10th North American Leaders Summit, NALS for short. The leaders are determined to fortify our region's security, prosperity, sustainability, and inclusiveness through commitments across 6 pillars. 1. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. 2. Climate change and the environment. 3. Competitiveness. 4. Migration and development. 5. Health. And 6. Regional security. North America shares a unique history and culture that emphasizes innovation, equitable development, and mutually beneficial trade to create inclusive economic opportunities for the benefit of our people. We are not just neighbors and partners. Our people share bonds of family and friendship and value above all else freedom, justice, human rights, equality, and democracy. This is the North American DNA. But did you hear about this one on the news? Of course not. And that is because the globalists don't want you to focus on their agenda is quietly moving forward. Instead, they just want us to stay deeply divided and fighting with each other. Our world is changing so rapidly that we're heading into such perilous times. The elite would have us believe that they know what's best for us all, for all of us, and that much better world is just around the corner if we will just do what they say. Do you believe them? I don't know about you, but I don't intend to follow the advice of any elitists, quote unquote, that think that it's a good idea to rent young women to. Okay, I'm not going to go. You can read that. You can imagine what the sentence ends as. This is finally here. Michael's new book entitled End Times is now available in paperback for Kindle on Amazon. About the author, my name is Michael. This is written by Michael Snyder. He says my brand new book entitled End Times is now available on Amazon. In addition to my new book, I've written 6 other books that are available on Amazon, including 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters, commissions earned. When you purchase any of these books, you help to support the work that I'm doing. And one way that you can really help is by sending copies as gifts to family and friends. Time is short and I need help getting these warnings into the hands of as many people as possible. I have published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and The Most Important News. And the articles that I publish on those sites are republished on dozens of other prominent websites all over the globe. I always freely and happily allow others to republish my articles on their own websites, but I also ask that they include this about the author section with each article. The materials contained in this article is for general information purposes only, and readers should consult licensed professionals before making any legal, business, financial, or health decisions. I encourage you to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter. And any way that you can share these articles with others is definitely a great help. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, I strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today, he says. And may you do so. This is by Michael Snyder on End of the American Dream. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box